Tuff is here. We've also brought in the Warrior. Wild Hair. The Auto Value King Crunch. The brand new Auto Value Special in a course that goes from straight line to a great big giant Texas horseshoe. It's all coming up on Monster Truck Challenge here on ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Monster Truck Challenge. I'm Ken Broo, and in Houston, Texas tonight, have we got a lineup. You know, they say everything in the Lone Star State is big. Our field of monster trucks tonight is huge. You'll need a scorecard to keep track of all of this, or you'll need the voice of Monster Truck Challenge. Here's Joe Lowe.
Ken, we have our scorecard out. They're chasing this guy, Andy Brass, in the incredible Bigfoot number 10. And just who are they? Let's check them out for the pairings of round number 1 here at the Houston Astrodome. Bigfoot takes on the Hawk. First blood against Tuff-E-Nuff. It will be King Crunch against the Clydesdale. Outlaw faces Warrior. Tropical Thunder goes against the Valvoline Eagle. No problem against Wild Hair. Auto Value faces Dirty Dancing, and because of this wild card, these guys have drawn buys, Buffalo Tremor and Wild Thing. Meanwhile, down on the track, Bigfoot and Hawk are ready to start round number 1. There they go, straight line racing over the first hill as they hit the cards. Bigfoot with a commanding lead, and Andy Brass picks up his first win here tonight in Houston. As we look at the replay, you can see the incredible control Andy Brass has over this Bigfoot monster truck. Remember, it's straight line racing now, but when we get to round number 2, we do that giant Texas horseshoe, and we'll see who the biggest and best are at that time. Andy Brass goes to round number 2. We're set with our second heat. First blood, Tuff-E-Nuff. There's Rob Fuchs, First Blood, Joey Pittman up in Tuff-E-Nuff, and Pablo Cruz's wild-looking Chevy truck. They're staged. There they go. First Blood with a commanding lead over Tuff-E-Nuff. And he bounces over the finish line. If Tuff-E-Nuff had had just a little more, he could have done it, but Rob Fuchs and the Big Red Ford hold on. Again, both wins now have been in that far lane. You got to wonder if there's a difference there. A nice straight run for First Blood. Rob, when you get back in the pits, you might want to work on that front grill just a little bit. It seems like it might be loose, buddy. All right, here comes the big pink truck out of Georgia. Bennett Clark and the Clydesdale going against the Auto Value King Crunch. Now the King Crunch piloted by Rob Grossman. We're set to go. Side by side, straight line. King Crunch with a hole shot. The Clydesdale tries to catch up. He just doesn't have the horsepower to do it. And the Auto Value Crunch putting the brakes to it. He picks up a win. Rob Grossman, he goes to round number 2. And if you think we're about over with this round, think again, because they're all here, the best of the United States Hot Rod Association. Here's a winning run. A nice smooth drive over the hill, over the cars, and Rob Grossman picks up a win in the Auto Value King Crunch. As we continue with round number 1 action here in the Houston Astrodome. It will be the Warrior, Lupe Sosa, going against Nick Rossi out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, and the Jersey Outlaw. This is going to be anybody's run. Both these trucks, world-class competition. The Outlaw, the Warrior. Side by side, they're staged. We're ready to go. Watch the action as the two Fords get set to go. One's a survivor, one has to go to the trailer tonight. A nice hole shot for the Outlaw. The Warrior has to play catch-up. He cannot do it. And the Outlaw goes to round number 2. Nick Rossi thought he had it won. He didn't see the Warrior coming from behind. Matter of fact, he surprised everybody with a burst of speed there at the end. Another 10 feet, and Nick Rossi would be going to the trailer. He looks great coming off the line. Hits that hill, goes in, lines up, over the cars, and it seems as though he thought he was on a picnic little walk here. Just jotting through the countryside. There's the finish line. The Warrior almost caught him, but Nick Rossi holds on to the win in round number 1. Next up, the 1991 Rookie of the Year, Wayne Smolzanek in Tropical Thunder, goes against the Valvoline Eagle. Gary, shot out of San Diego, California in the Chevy Valvoline Eagle, takes on the GMC Tropical Thunder. Thunder with a nice hole shot. Valvoline Eagle has to really give it some gas. He can't do it, and your win goes to Tropical Thunder. That's why Wayne Smolzanek was our Rookie of the Year in 1991. He is an incredible driver with a lot of natural ability, and he's picking up experience each and every weekend on the U.S. Hot Rod Association circuit. Wayne Smolzanek not exactly clearing all the cars, but it was enough for a win, and he moves into round number 2 on our Monster Truck Challenge. This next matchup is going to pit 2 old-time foes. These guys have been around a long time. Marvelous Marvin Smith and the Wild Hair out of Missouri goes against the longtime foe John Moore from Lafayette, Tennessee, and no problem. They come up to the starting line. Wild Hair, the Chevy, no problem, the Ford. John Moore wanting to make sure things are just so right in that far lane. Many times on Monster Truck Challenge, these guys work small courses. Here, it's a long one. They have to reset everything. Both trucks are ready, and we're set to go. John Moore seems to get a good hole shot. Marvin Smith works to catch up. But the incredible HPX, no problem, holds on and picks up the win. John Moore, one of the original monster truck drivers in the world, holds on and picks up a win here in the Houston Astrodome. I think of all the times we've been in Houston, John Moore has been there the most. He's a true veteran of this sport, and that no problem truck is not one to mess with as he goes on to round number 2. Our next matchup features Dirty Dancing Chuck Jordan out of Oregon goes against Scott Stevens and the Auto Value Special. No time wasted here as Scott Stevens puts pedal to the metal and just smokes Chuck Jordan away, and the win goes to the Auto Value Special, a truck, by the way, that's so new, they didn't have a chance to finish the paint job before they brought it here to Houston. They seem to have it dialed in, though, for a brand new truck. He is looking great. Scott Stevens, and our first look at the Auto Value Special this year on Monster Truck Challenge. And Ken Broo, that wraps it up for this very exciting round number 1 from the Houston Astrodome.
I don't know about you, but I got to catch my breath. You want to catch your breath? We'll give you a chance. Right back with round 2 from the Houston Astrodome.